Hello. I think that's it. Are we working? It's been a while. I'm rusty. I've forgotten how to do this. I spent ages trying to find the button. And I realised it wasn't a button. I know. The world is crazy. How are you guys? Quite a few people in, but we usually have a lag, so give it a minute. Jane, Amber, hi. I hope the setup is all right for you. We've got a few weird things going on, but hopefully it will work. Oh, right. So I took some time off. Had a bit of a mental health break from the craziness in the world. Oh, there's my other ring. There we go. And obviously came back to even more craziness. I don't know anymore. Hi Pam. So today I'm going to be working on a junk journal. But junk journal equals new books. Well, not new books, but a couple of new books. This one you've seen before. This, oh, I'm going to need some more room, aren't I? Hang on a second. Why? I haven't got my little cart set up yet, so I'm still moving things from one side of the room, one side of the desk to the other at the moment. I can leave those there. I'll need those. Put you in there, because I don't need you till later. That means I can put that there, and then I've got a little bit more room. I've cut my desk size down in order to try and contain the crap, because I've realised that the more sides I have to put things on, the more crap I generate. So now I just have a smaller desk with more crap on it. So this may not be working. Oh, anyway, let's talk books. Well, top of the show. Okay, top of the show. Hello, I'm back. Come and sign up for June over on Patreon. We're doing crazy flowers and clairvoyance and stuff like that this month. Nice easy month, just chilling, making art, trying to stay sane, you know. We are kind of coming out of lockdown-ish, maybe stay at home, but go out if you can, but only meet up with a few people, but stay away from people, but do but don't, but do but don't. It's turned into a bit of a yeah but no but situation. So my stance on it is in the middle of March, I got a text from the government saying, you are classed as a vulnerable person because you have asthma. I've got an autoimmune disease as well, which is a problem, but apparently the asthma is more of a problem. So therefore, we advise you to stay home for 12 weeks. So I'm currently still in lockdown until the end of June. Other people are supposedly going back to work and school and craziness, and I think it's a bit early, but I don't have to go out, so whatever. Unfortunately, I am going to have to go out because I have a hole in one of my teeth. I've cracked a filling, and it's come out, and it's a bit sensitive, and I think I have a bit of had a bit of an infection. It's not so bad today. It doesn't hurt today, and it's not swollen, so maybe I've got rid of that. But anyway, yes, if I look weird and puffy and flushed on one side, it's because I need to go and get a filling sorted because it's making my entire face hurt. But the dentist, because I'm on this 12-week thing, is reluctant to take me in until it's unmanageable. And at the moment, I can manage it with painkillers. So, yeah, I've got to sort that out. But it's a bit of a logistical nightmare because I've got to get my car started. The car. My car always needs starting, but this time at least it's been stood for 3 months. So Yeah, I'm just kind of on a wait and see, and if it gets unmanageable, then I'll just get the car started and just go down there and say, look, just sort this out. I don't care if it's temporary, just fix it, because it hurts. But at the moment, I'm managing it with painkillers and Bonjela. I'm not actually using Bonjela. I'm using, is it called Oragel? I think it's called. It's got lidocaine in it anyway, and it's awesome. If you have been trying to, Maddie, that was good timing, Katie. If you have been trying to get hold of anyone to do with admin, I've actually been on holiday, staycation. I was taking a mental health break because I just couldn't handle it anymore. I needed a break from everything. So I went offline completely. And when I came back, all hell had broken loose. And I went, yeah, I'm not ready to deal with this. So I took another step back and I've come back this week. It wasn't intended to be a 2-week holiday, but it ended up because I don't think I can take much more. I'm basically, everything's prepping for the end of the world. I don't know. I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring things or being blasé or anything like that. I legitimately, my brain cannot handle anymore. And having my stance on the Black Lives Matter thing is that all lives should matter, for God's sake. Why is that hard to understand? Sadly, they don't. And the mere fact that we have to be reminded of that. There's a comedian, I think his name's Will Smith, but not the Will Smith, a different Will Smith. And he put it exactly as I was thinking. You know, it's Gay Pride Month, and Gay Pride are fighting for equality for everybody, for anybody in their rainbow spectrum of whatever they identify as they should. Black people are just fighting for civil rights, and that is abominable in this day and age. If you have a problem with me saying that, then in the great words of Karen Kilgareth, get the F out, because I've got no time for it. I've got no time for intolerance. The thing I am most intolerant of is intolerance. So there, that's my stance. I've said it. It's done. I am not trying to gloss over anything or anything like that. But my channel is an escape for me to do fun stuff and for you to do fun stuff. We need an escape, and therefore all of that political stuff and pandemic stuff that's going on, that's it for now. First 15 minutes, top of the show, news, updates, what the hell is going on with the world? Why are people still fighting just to not die? It's crazy. What the hell? Moving on, okay? Because my brain can't cope with anymore. My heart can't cope with anymore. I'm this far away from snapping. Especially having had somebody come into my DMs yesterday who is a very prominent member of our community, a black lady, who came into my DMs to shout at me about how she has the right to do whatever she wants on her timeline, and therefore I should take down a post that I reposted on my timeline from a black guy. Which is just crazy. How is that? You know, come into my DMs and tell me why you feel that you don't agree. Have a conversation, talk to me, educate me if you want to. You don't have to. But if you want to discuss it, that's fine. But don't come in telling me I have to take down a post because you don't agree with what I said, even though you can post whatever you like on your timeline. That is not conducive to discussion. That is not helpful to anybody. And frankly, it puts people off wanting to post anything in support of you on social media. So you're not in a position right now to complain about the semantics of how somebody said they were trying to support you in a nasty, bitchy way. Because all that's going to do is say to people, well, okay, I was going to support you, but now I'm just going to be quiet. Which is tacit complicity. No matter what they're doing in the background, that becomes tacit complicity. So just lay off, okay? Go after the people who need educating. Go after the people who need someone to shout at them and tell them they're morons. That's not how this works. Educate me if you want to, if you feel you have that position. Explain to me why you disagree with somebody. But, you know, if you're arguing against somebody else in your own black community about the way they said something, shouldn't you be having that discussion with them, not with me? I don't get it. I'm trying to support people, and I'm doing that by keeping my mouth shut about what I think I know, because I don't know crap. I'm a privileged white girl. Despite having various different races in me, I'm white, okay? I've never really dealt with anybody black. I have a few friends who are Hindu or Muslim, and I understand their take on it, but I don't understand black people's take on it. And I certainly don't understand black Americans' take on it, because I don't live there. I don't even get why it's even an issue in America. It's been 400 years, for God's sake, why are you white people still causing problems? Anyway. This is why I don't want to get political on my channel. So that's it. 15 minutes, top of the show, updates, here's my stance. I'm not glossing over anything. I'm not trying to deny that anything's happening or anything like that. I am very much in there trying to do what I can to support people, to retweet black voices that should be heard, that when they say something, I get it, I understand, I see where they're coming from, and I go, okay, I understand that, therefore I will share it with other people who will, like me, not have a clue, but will understand that, okay? That's what I'm trying to do. Other than that, as far as this little bubble is concerned from now on, COVID, there is no pandemic, there is no zombie apocalypse. Everybody is treated fairly and equally. We are all members of one race, the human race. We are all members of one gender, which is flexible, no matter where you sit on the fence. Our political leanings are all over the place, so that's a myriad as well. Can't we all just get along, please? And if you don't like that, the unsubscribe button is, well, I don't know where it is, but it's probably around there somewhere. Go find it, okay? Because I don't want to hear it. Today, I'm going to be making a junk journal, or attempting to. I don't think I'll actually get that far because... oh, hang on a minute. I'm losing you behind the camera, so I have to move the bottom of this up. My camera covers a little bit of my screen. Yeah, Katie... Speaking of dental work, Katie has literally yesterday had 4 wisdom teeth out. She's banned from playing the flute for 2 weeks. She has to take very good care of herself and not get an infection and not overdo it. She's got kids being homeschooled. Send her some love. She really needs it. And tell her to sit the hell down and just chill. Stop working, okay? Colorado. Hello, Sylvia. Oh, I was just watching one of your videos earlier. Pam's prepping for One Book July. There will be a One Book July video coming out very soon, probably the end of next week. Round about the 19th, 20th, I will tell you what we're doing for this year. But I can tell you that whatever you think you're going to do for One Book July, it will fit the theme. So whatever you're planning on doing, go ahead and start planning it. Or prepping for it, or whatever it is you want to do, because it's going to work. It will fit the theme this year. Mike's taken a couple of days off work and the kids are done with school now. Oh, that's good. So he can entertain them out of your way while you sit quietly with an ice pack. That's good. Just play Animal Crossing. Gizmo! Hey, Jane. Nice to see you. Jane's one of our very, very valued NHS people over here. Frontline healthcare worker. Meg, hi. You were just due to have 3 out before COVID hit, and it got cancelled, did it? Because as non-essential. Oof. I'm lucky I've never had to have any of my wisdom teeth out, which is good because they'd probably have to break my jaw to do it. Because I've got big teeth and a small jaw, but I've had so many other teeth out that there's room for my wisdom teeth. Let's talk books. You've seen this one before. I dip in and out of this one a lot. This is Tricia Guild pattern. This is velour on the front. You like that Chinese wallpaper in Chinese restaurants? It's not Chinese wallpaper. The velour wallpaper that Chinese restaurants tend to go for. Yeah, so it's beautiful. I love this feeling. I'm such a touchy-feely nerd when it comes to this kind of stuff. This is just a book of patterns. She's an interior designer. She designs fabrics. She designs all sorts of stuff. I have linked to all the books I'm showing down below, so if you want to get any of the books, my Amazon links are down below. You can go and look for them. It's supposed to, if you are American, when you click on the link, it's supposed to take you to the UK site and then say, oops, sorry, you're buying from the American site. Do you want to move? And then you say yes, and it's supposed to take you to the book there as well. But I don't actually know if that works. I don't think it does. But yeah, this has got all sorts of crazy, bold stuff in it. Some of it is not my taste, some of it is. Some of it is just really nice to have as background bits and pieces, but it's really good for junk journaling because you can just whack huge bits out of it and just... There's a lot of stuff. I mean, even this, I don't do pink, but you can use that as a page to put in a junk journal. Maybe use that as a title and then cover the rest of it in something, you know. It is shiny paper. Oh, well, it's actually got some different papers. This is vellum. There's some textured papers and things like that, but most of it's shiny. But I do... Oh, there's a matte piece. So I tend to check what kind of stuff I want, and I use this to bulk out other things or as collage. But it's fantastic if you like this kind of thing. Even though the colours aren't really my... Well, this kind of stuff is definitely me, but I'm not into all the bright pinks. But, you know, that's what black paint's for, right? If you don't like it, paint it. So there's that. That's my big book. So the book I'm going to be altering is this. This is from Asda in the UK. It is basically 5. I was right the first time. 5 composition books put into one hardbound book. I picked it up because I like the cover. The paper's not bad either. There's all my pen tests, and you can see not an awful lot of ghosting or bleed through. That's the worst one there, which is, I believe, my Lamy. Yeah, that's my Lamy with platinum carbon ink pressing down, because I don't press down with my pens. So that's actually using the broad tip nib and pressing down. Everything else is negligible, unless you really hold the pen on the paper or start scribbling or whatever. But I will use this text block whether it's in this book or not, because I always need scratch paper. So I can use this for something else, like morning pages or scratch paper or whatever. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to use the cover for a junk journal. Hi! Mr. Boo! You want to say hello? Tell everybody hi! Have you missed everybody? Tell everybody hello if you missed them. Woo woo. You're not saying woo woo? Oh, he's saying woo woo, but he wants belly rubs. He wants head rubs. He wants head rubs. Woo woo rah. That's right, boo boo. I need to stop that autofocus. Hang on, because that's going to do my head in. Let's put something there to focus on. There we go. Now I'll stop zipping in and out. This, if you are on Courtney, Little Raven Ink's Patreon, you'll have seen this. I think I showed it to my patrons as well. This is a book that I'd completely forgotten I had, and I picked it up again because I liked the cover. And I thought, oh, that'd make a cool junk journal. And then the inside pages are really cool as well because it's all her artwork. Ray Dunn is on Instagram. She's very inspirational. I like her stuff. But I like her stuff enough to not just leave it in a book like this as a flip through. This is a coffee table book, and I'm not particularly into coffee table books. I like to take things out of coffee table books and put them in my journals where I can use them for something. So again, this one is probably going to get gutted and used in here because the paper is about the right size. The cover is a little bit bigger, but I figure the paper will just about fit because it's going to be slightly thinner. It's about ½ an inch thinner. It's not going to damage the corners. It doesn't matter that the corners are square. So I'm not going to have to round the corners or anything. If it was the same width, I'd have to round the corners and we would not be having this discussion. But then what I'll do is once I've taken some out of this, I'm going to repurpose this cover as well. So that's what I do with my books of inspiration. I take them apart and I use them in an inspiring way. And then I've got this, which another book that I'd forgotten I had until somebody showed me. I actually bought this. No, I didn't buy this one. I've bought another one since, but because I realised how much I wanted to collage with it. But this, I think, was a gift for Christmas from my mum and dad a few years ago. I don't know. I don't know if it's a recent one or not. I think it might have been not last Christmas, the one before. Anyway, Nick Bantock is a fantastic collage artist. And Sky Bambi over on Instagram, I forgot to put her link in the description. Katie, remind me to do that. Sky Bambi got this and then was showing it. And as soon as she showed it, I went, oh, that would be awesome to take apart as a junk journal. And as that thought came out of my brain, she said, I'm going to take this apart to use for junk journaling. I was like, yes. This is actually a puzzle book, which is why I was given it. But this is what it's like on the inside. So these are just papers. These are all envelopes. And each envelope has a different thing inside it. And it's all this amazing collage stuff. It's amazing. It's just so cool. Ugh. I'm not going to show you every single piece right now. We'll come to that later when I decide what I'm going to use and what I'm not. But these envelopes, wouldn't these be fabulous just to use as envelopes to send mail in? And there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 envelopes with inserts. Which works out a little less than £1 each, I think, for the one I just bought. But I'm going to take this apart because of course I am. Now I'm cheating slightly because I saw how Sky Bambi took hers apart and hers came apart really easily. So I'm going to start by taking off the covers. You're doing the Pull Art Challenge prompts. Cool. Sometimes I just need something to jolt my brain into going, oh, we're doing creative today, are we? Okay, how about we do this? That's kind of how my brain works. It just needs a bit of a jump start. It's a bit like my car. So I'm going to take this off. This does come apart pretty easily. So these bits obviously will get used, but I'm going to put those aside for now because what I want to do is take the envelopes apart. Now, I think they missed a trick with this. They should have made this perforated. Making this perforated would have been much better. But basically, all of these they just pop out. It would have been a lot easier if they were perforated. Mine's stuck a bit better than Bambi's was. She probably lives in a warmer climate. Meg, you need one of these. Missing the pups. Why is that? Why is that? Blocked for content. Blocked for dubious content. Are you spamming me with dubious content about puppies again, Pamela? It's dubious, that is. So, I'm just getting rid of as much of this as I can. And actually, always can use black paper. But this, look at this. Would this not make another awesome junk journal? Am I right? You just cover over the bits you don't want and bam, another junk journal. So I think I was considering just chopping this up to use, but I'm just going to make yet another junk journal. And then I've got 3 of different sizes that I can use. But that's probably not going to happen today. So, what I need to do with this is chop all these off. I was going to see, actually, if it would just... If this comes off easily, this might be a better idea. Well, that's not sticky, so that doesn't need to come off. It's not sticky, and it's not thick. So some of them are padded, and some of them are sticky. And either way, those have to come off. But the rest, I think I can leave. I don't think I need to. It's weird, because underneath there's these perforations, and you would think it would perforate, but they're not close enough together. They needed to be closer together. Very strange. Anyway, let's see how much of this will pull off easily. I don't care about it all coming off, as long as we get rid of the chunky bits. Hey Mara, do you ever struggle to finish a junk journal? Oh yeah, my junk journals go on forever. I keep adding to them. I never really consider a journal finished. I've been known to pick up journals from 10 years ago and find a blank spot and start doodling in it, so, you know, I never really consider my books finished. I don't work in a kind of, I'm going to start this journal today, and when I finish it and I get to the last page, that's it, and I'm going to put it away and start a new one. That's not how I work. If I had to work like that, I would never finish anything. I would not be inspired to work. I have to have different things on the go that I can jump between and play with, and because I get bored so easily with, especially size-wise. I could not start a journal this size and do it front to back, and that's it. Yeah, it's a limit that you've just made up. Finishing a journal is just, that's a self-imposed limit. For me, a journal is finished when I no longer ever can be asked to work in it ever again. And I can't tell you if that is the case with any of my journals, because, like I say, I've picked up journals that are 10 years old and suddenly been inspired to work in them. The only time I've actually said, no, this is not happening, is if I hate the paper. If I absolutely hate the paper or hate the journal, I don't like the feel of it, or I don't like using it, or whatever, it usually ends up either gutted, and the pages that have been used end up in a junk journal somewhere, or I just chuck it in the corner and I write in big letters, this is crap, across. So I don't ever feel like I come back to it and go, why didn't I like this? And then I find out I don't like the paper because it's all weird feeling. And you feel like a journal is done when you want another. Yeah. Stop thinking that, what my way of doing it is, stop thinking of it as finished. It's like with a piece of artwork. You often get asked, when is a piece of artwork finished? And a piece of artwork is no longer finished when I'm no longer inspired to work on it. But that doesn't mean it's finished as incomplete. It just means I'm done with it. So instead of thinking of it as this journal is finished, ask yourself, am I done with it? If you are done with it, move on to something else. If you are not done with it, but you need a change, put it aside and work on something else for a while and come back to it when you feel like you're working in it. So instead of thinking of a journal as finished, or a painting as finished, or a sketch as finished, think of it as, am I done with this right now? Am I done working on this? You may find that now that you're done working on it, you actually come back to it a few days later and go, actually, I think it's finished. I don't want to work anymore on it. I'm calling it done. I'm calling it finished. Or you may feel like in 6 months you pick it up again and go, actually, I could do with working on some of this here, or this would look good if I added something here. Because in 6 months your skills will have changed. Your ideas will have changed. Your skill set will have changed, you know. How many of us 6 months ago imagined we'd be sitting at home for 3 months watching Netflix? Stuff changes. So, yeah. Biblioflexible, me. I use whatever book whenever. And if that means I use a different book every day for a week, then that's what I do. I just use whatever whenever. I do try to keep my bullet journal at least in one place, because as I've found over the last 3 months of dipping in and out of different books here and there and feeling a bit confused and disoriented, I've worked out that actually I need my bullet journal to be all in one place, and I need it to have as much information as possible. So again, I've gone back to my Moleskine Expanded that I was using right up until the end of January, when I moved into my little book, which I adore. I've moved back into my Moleskine Expanded, not because I like my Moleskine Expanded more, but simply because I can fit more information. I'm going through an insert every 4 to 6 weeks for journaling, bullet journaling and planning in the little one, and then I put the book away and I don't know where I've put it. So if I want to refer back to it, it's a pain in the arse, frankly. So I'm better off having a bigger book that contains information so I can look back at least 6 months. So that's what I'm doing. From now on, my bullet journal will be in a Moleskine Expanded or something of that ilk. It won't necessarily be a Moleskine Expanded. I like the Nuna notebooks as well, which are 280 pages. But yeah, at the moment, Moleskine Expanded is my bullet journal. And I use my weeks alongside it so that I know what day it is. Because there was a while there, it started off with days merging into each other, then it became weeks, now it's become months, and I'm like, a little bit longer and it's going to be seasons. You watch people that finish journals and you have to remind yourself you're not that kind of journal person. Yeah, it takes me years to finish a book or a sketchbook because I've always got at least 12 on the go. Or more. But they'll all be different. I won't have like, this is the sketchbook I'm using at the moment, the most. This is an A5 Art Alternatives, which is, for those of you who've seen the big stupid 600-page sketchbook thing that By Bun's doing, that's what I normally use for my sketchbooks, but it's the A5 size, or 8.5 by 11 because it's American size. No, 8 by 8.5 by 5.5. Yes, 8.5 by 5.5. It's half letter size for you because it's an American brand, but it's near as damn it half A5. And I love this. I love this paper. But I started it in April last year, used it for a few days, did a sketch that I absolutely hated and couldn't handle even looking at because it just made me so frustrated and angry. And then this year I picked it up again and covered over that sketch and said, okay, I'm just going to start it again this April. And now I'm using this. But I've got several other sketchbooks. I've got one here, which is much bigger, as you can see, and it's a landscape sketchbook. I've got the same as this, but it's a full-size a portrait sketchbook like this, so it's bigger. I've got a smaller one. I've got my passport. I've got my Midori. You know, they're all different shapes and sizes and types of paper and all sorts. And I just use what I want that day. And then, of course, I've got my current junk journal, which is this beast, which is getting a bit unwieldy, if I'm honest. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but I mean, there's lots of stuff still to do. There's lots of space in it still to work in. But I think I've reached that point where I need to stop adding pages to it. I was adding pages, and I had, like, this is October, November. And it was kind of a perpetual journal where, you know, come October, I'd come back to here and I'd just pick a space and start working in it. So it's kind of a perpetual junk journal spiritual stuff. So this is January here. I've been kind of putting tabs on the big different months. But I need to stop adding. I need to reorganise this, and I need to stop adding to it and just split up the months. Oh, I've got some here. Look, I've got October there, November, December, January. Where did February go? That's February. March, and then COVID hit, and I was like, ugh. But yeah, this is my perpetual journal. But it runs October to March at the moment, and I think what I need to do is put this into a cover and stop adding to it and start another one for the other half of the year. Put some more pages in it for the other half of the year. But it's a beast, and I love it. Either that or I need to get another of these covers and just put it in, because the covers are cheap enough, but the paper's rubbish. And I have no problem just whipping the paper out and chucking it in the recycle bin because it's horrible. But yeah, I don't have a junk journal other than that one. Maybe this one needs to be, oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it needs to be, what, October, November, December, March, April, May, June, May. So if I leave that one up to May, and then I start June, that's right, isn't it? 6 months, 12 months, half a year is 6 months, right? So if I turn this into 6 months worth of pages, that works. And it's a similar size. I mean, it's the same size overall, I think. Where did it go? Where did I put it? Here we go. It's the same size overall, roughly. Yeah, it's like half an inch shorter. But other than that, it's pretty much the same size. It's not quite as thick. But that doesn't really matter because this is only chunky. Oh, I'm off camera, sorry. This is only so chunky because it's got a loose spine. Once it's bound together, it'll be the same, similar size. And I can always split this spine and attach extra to it because this is these bits are sewn together. So I can always split it there and add some material and make it a bit thicker. I don't mind if my books end up looking like that. It's like that size. I just keep adding to them until I'm happy. Anyway, I'm getting a bit of a sore throat. They're digging up the road outside, so there's a lot of tar and stuff about, and I think the fumes are making my throat dry. Plus I've got hay fever, and a bad tooth, possible infection, etc, etc. Haven't used my voice in 2 weeks. That's the story of everything right now. Yeah, and then COVID hit. So, yeah, I'm thinking Most of this I can use for collage, but some of it I can use for pages in the book. I'm going to put a lot of blank pages in. I'm going to put some pages out of my sketchbook there in here because I love that paper. I don't have any more of it, unfortunately, because it's really hard to get until I can order it from America. It's not available here, so until I can order it from America again at a decent price, I can't get one. But there's hundreds of pages in it, you know, it's like a 200-page sketchbook. It's really not a problem. I'll just take some pages out, but then that means that this spine will be a little less chunky. I'm taking some pages out of here to put in here will make this a bit less chunky, and then I can do some collage bits in here without killing the spine, because every time I've used one of these the spine's died on me. So no matter how much I love the paper, I always end up having to doctor the spine, and it gets really heavy by the time I'm halfway through it if I do collage work in it. But that's my stay-at-home sketchbook. It usually lives on my desk, so I need to try and get some more of that off, but I can't get my nail underneath it. Some of these might have to be cut off, but I'm just getting thick bits. And then we'll see what we've got. Like I say, I've got another one of these to actually use as a book to flip through, or as a to actually try and finish the puzzle. I'm only about 4 pages into the puzzle because I'm actually not very good at puzzles, surprisingly. I'm good at lateral thinking, but I'm not good at puzzles. Especially when there's no instructions. Give me instructions and I'll do the puzzle. I'll figure it out. But when you're just given this, you know, and this is your puzzle, you're like, okay, and what do I do with that? It takes a while. So what I was thinking was, for some of these pages, I could kind of put them like that in the spine. Fold them in half in the middle, and then there'll be like 2 pages in the spine. Or even use them on the outside or something like that. I don't know. But whatever I do with it, I suppose I could actually overlap them, but then that puts them right up into the spine, which makes it hard to get things in and out of. So the next thing is to take these all out. So those are the envelopes. I don't need them to be all matchy-matchy or together or anything, and they're not really anyway, so. And I generally work on pieces of paper like, is it in my colour scheme? Does it have something on it that I absolutely adore? Does it have enough on it of stuff that I absolutely adore? That one is all Asian themed. I'm going to put that aside because I know someone who is into everything Asian. She can probably use that more better than I can. I'm not particularly into Asian themed stuff. Let's see, what is it? So it's got, I don't even know if it's Chinese or Japanese. It looks to me like she's very heavy lidded and her eyes curve that way, so I think Japanese. If I remember correctly, Japanese curves down, Chinese tends to go up at the corner. So I think it's Japanese, but I'm not, don't quote me on that. This looks like it's got Japanese writing on it as well. And a lovely image on it of a, that looks like to me like a geisha. So yeah, I'm thinking Japanese. So I kind of like this side because it's got astronomy and science and a manta ray and all sorts of strange stuff, and you could use that either way round and all that, but not enough to hold on to this and say, oh, but I want to keep it. So that one will go to Tricia. I've got a little package here of stuff to go to Tricia because she's very into all things Oriental. So I'm basically just going to go through these and make snap decisions about, do I want to use this as a full page or not? Because some of them I will and some of them I won't. Others I might want to use bits of, others I might just want to use as background fodder. But if they don't spark my interest. You live on the island where Nick Bantock lives. Oh, that's cool. Hello there. Nice to see you. So some of this will, straight away, I will look at it and go, eh, not me, not interested. I don't like butterflies and florals and stuff. Give me a moth or a butterfly and I'm like, oh, moth please. Give me florals and I'm like, yeah, is it a... Is it dead? Is it a scientific study? Okay. So, I'm literally going to go through looking at one side of the pages initially. Anything I'm not sure about or don't like the side, I will turn over. Mushrooms, absolutely hecking yes. Maps, absolutely hecking yes. Bones, absolutely. What's this? Ooh, Russians. Russian bits and pieces. Ooh, I kind of like Russian stuff. Map. Royal Botanical Gardens in Kew. Absolutely. Meh. Not my colours. Meh. Not my colours. Meh. Map. Bologna. I've got quite a few. Oh, there's a map on both sides. Okay, we'll keep that. Moths. Excellent. Love moths. Ooh, wine. Moths and whiskey. There we go. Can't really go wrong there. Ooh, passports and stuff. Like that. Grungy stuff. Like it. Meh. Meh. Ooh, absolutely. Do the same with the meh. Meh. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Eh. Yes. Yes. Ooh, Moulin Rouge. Absolutely. Tigers. Eh. Too bloody late. Zeppelins. Yes. Eh. Eh. Okay, so now with all of these, where I wasn't inspired by one side, I will now go through and see if I'm inspired by the other side of it. Not terribly. Yes. So, I can work with that. I like this bit. I'm not big on this bit. Maybe I could stick a piece of drawing paper over this and do a different sketch over it or something. I don't like the men with machine guns, but I can collage over that, but I like the writing. I love this bit. Or I can just take this bit out and use this bit on a page. So I'm going to put that in the to be dismantled pile. Same with this. I don't want the war pictures and stuff, but I do like the cathedral. Is that Notre Dame? Don't think so. It's being constructed if it is, because it's the towers are not even. So I like this and I like this, but the rest of it is a bit. So that'll be to be deconstructed. No, don't like that bit. No, don't like that bit. So I've got 3 that I'm not enthused with there, which I'll put in my... Oh, and this one. I could make use of these. I could make use of this bit. But I think I'd rather just put it aside and use it as a a mailer to somebody. Okay, so let's turn these over and see what the other side is. Oh, he's cute. What was on the other side of this? Oh yeah, the weird cat thing. But he's kind of cute. Okay, he can stay. He can go in the possibly to be cut up pile. Oh, I like that. What was on the other side of that? Yeah, I can definitely cut that up. Let's put these over here as bits to be used for collage later. Oh, she's nice. Yeah, I can definitely cut her up. I might just frame that and put it in the kitchen, honestly. Yeah, I can oh, actually, did I not see this one? Kind of found by a hobgoblin. I like that one, actually. Oh, a really good front cover. Oh, she's pretty. I like her. Not interested in him, so I can cut her up. Maybe use this bit as a bit of collage or a pocket or something, and keep her photo, and you know. So I can cut those bits up to use later. So let's put all those together for collage fodder. Like that. Where shall I put that so that I know where it's going to be? Oh, I know, I'll just pop it back in here for now. I'll put my collage fodder bits in here. Let's put it that way so if it sticks, it'll be to the nasty bit. I can use that for collage fodder. I can actually use that bit as a whole page. I can cover that. That's just words. That's words, and that's clues. Could potentially use those as either pages or just pulling them apart. I like that side, I don't really care about that side, and I like the clues, but I don't really care about this. So I'm going to put that as stuff that can be taken apart, because I can cut those out and, you know, put them as clues. And then these bits, I'll put them as collage fodder, because I can use that. There, okay, that's that done. And then these bits I will put in my mail art thing, and I'll just use them as envelopes when I send stuff out, if I ever can go out to the post office ever again. Okay. Right, let's put these together here. That might have to go at the front. I don't know, some of them, I don't know. Anyway, so these are pages, these are the kind of pages that I will just put in like that. I don't want to put all the interesting, oh look at that, Jane! Look at that owl. Isn't he gorgeous? Wow, he's beautiful. What's the rest of this paper? Okay, I can cut that up. That can go in my collage box, and this can be a centerpiece. Like in a center of a signature. Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one could actually be cut into multiple bits. It's a shame that bit isn't at the bottom, because then you could chop that bit off. I will put that aside as another one that could potentially be chopped up, because I don't need loads and loads of pages. And you know, you're talking about 2 books. One's going to have 3 signatures. One's going to have 2. Maybe. Okay, I should be writing these down. This is why I need a scribble pad, you see. So this is why this will be useful. So this book, chunky, 3 sigs times 10 or 15. And little one, skinny, let's see. Two signatures of 10 or 1 signature of 20. 2 of 10. 2 signatures of 10. Let's do this one 3 signatures of 15. So 15 by 3 is 45, and 2 10s is 20, which is 65 sheets. So yeah, I don't really have that much that I need to keep. I've got well over what I need. Plus I've got all the inserts from this book, remember. I've got all of this. So that's definitely a page. You know, I might start putting a few together. I like those 2 together, they're kind of creaky. So there's 2. So I need 5 signatures altogether. 2. I like that map. But that's 2 maps together, so I don't want 2 maps together. Let's pull something out. Oh, there's 3 maps. Okay, how many of these maps do I actually need? Oh, I like the back of that one. Ooh. Is that ballpoint pen drawing? Oh my goodness me. Okay, I like him more than I like the Kew Gardens map, so I'll put him over there to be cut up, because he's gorgeous. He'd make an amazing Aries page. Oh, this one, mushrooms. Mushrooms and moths. Where's my moths? Where did my moths go? Mushrooms and moths. Weird stuff and maps. It's like an archaeology theme here. And then end of the world. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I need another. I'm iffy about that one, but I like that side. Let's put that in the collage pile. And then I've got 2 more here. So that's 2 more. Oh, that's the Russian one. I like that one. I don't like the fish, but I can cover them up. Listen, that says to me. I like that. Oh, yeah. And then we've got another one here, which is, oh, I like those violins. They're cute. See, this kind of stuff I'm not really into. I draw this kind of stuff. I don't really collage with it. But bones? Bones are my jam. That would make a really cool centerpiece. Okay, so that's 5. So let's start putting them into, that's a centerpiece, so let's put that in there. Oh, that's already got 2 pages in it. Okay, let's take the map out and put the map in that one. Then they've all got 2. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did 5 go? The hell? 1. Moths and mushrooms. 2. Maybe I want to use this one as a cover sheet. Oh, centerpiece. Okay. Oh, more, but oh, look at the back of this one. Love it. Bones. Bones. Let's see. Bones or bones? Bones or bones? Bones. There we go. Bones and bones. Yes. So those two can go together. And then that means these two can be split up, which is, that fits better actually. The map and the Russian thing can go in different places. So I'm just going to have my 5 piles for my 5 signatures that I need. If I end up with 2 signatures, with 5 signatures of 15, that's okay. Okay, so we've kind of got a different set of themes going. So we've got, this is kind of like Russian documents and things, but it's also got natural history and stuff and a bit of volcano action. This is bones and stuff. This is moths and mushrooms. This is the end of the world, and this is nothing yet, it's just a map. So, weird stuff. End of the world. Travel. There we go. Moulin Rouge. Travel. Natural world. Well, that's kind of that one, isn't it? Documents and, oh, there's that Masonic thing again. So that's kind of cool. That's venturing into symbols and symbology and things like that. And then we've got important. That feels like it needs to be over there. This seems to be wordy. France, travel, money. There we go. So that's that done. All right. Oh, Amber left. Let's grab a knife. Where's my knives? I actually don't know. I need a craft knife. I need my craft knife. I need my craft knife. Nothing is organised on my desk, 'cause I moved it all around again, and we all know where that ends up, don't we? Oh, okay, we'll use a ruler. Let's see how this book is constructed. It's got end bars here. See that in there? The little end bars. That tells you A, it's stitched, and B, this bit, the book block, is separate to the cover. So, all that's holding it on is this bit of paper. Therefore, if we slice through that bit of paper, we should find canvas. There we go. Canvas. Holding the text block together. This would have been much easier with a craft knife. But my ruler's quite sturdy. So. Your antiquarian sticker book finally arrived. It's fantastic, isn't it? I've been using mine a lot. Okay, so there's a new cover. That will be for the 1, maybe 2 signatures. Take that off. I can put a bit of reinforcement across there. Don't need loose bits hanging off. Okay. This will make a nice cover. I like it. Might do the travel stuff in there and the weird world one. pink ribbon. That can go in Courtney's little box of stuff. I suspect most of this is going to be collage-y type stuff. I really do need my knife. Hang on, let me go and pop over here and see if I can find my craft knife. I think I used it over here the other day. Oh, craft knife, where are you? Here you are. Hi. Found you. Oh, and the metal ruler. I might need that as well. Hello, Boo Boo. Scooby's watching me very intently. Like, what you doing, Mum? What you doing? What you up to? Okay. I don't want to take all of this apart just yet. Oh, where's that one going? Oh, Natural World. There we go. I think this will be better as, let's see how many pages more we need. But there are a few pages that I want. Specimens and bones. Cute doggies. See, the problem is pages like this that go across, they're split. I'll have to put them in, kind of tape them up the middle if I use them like that. So I would actually be more likely to just put this in as a tip in. Ooh, let's travel. Cute doggies and travel pictures. Okay, that fits that theme. Sorry, just deciding whether I want to tear it, or I think I might just take the... There's so many stitches in this book that if I tear it, it risks leaving holes. Well, there's going to be holes, but it risks creating a slit all the way down here. Yeah, I bought the book for the cover. And when Courtney showed it the other week, I was like, oh, I've got that book. Hang on. I like the doggies, but there's other pages of this dog, so I will use the dog somewhere else. I don't feel bad about using this specifically for the travel journal. I'll have a quick flick through, see if there's anything else that I really think, ooh, I need that in my journal. I'm thinking these doggy ones need to go in the end of the world. This is where the ruler comes in handy. So that's end of the world stuff. No, that's end of the world stuff. Be more dog. That is travel stuff, and that's notes, and that's bugs. Okay, so I'll put the travel bugs in there. Oh, that doesn't look so much like travel stuff, does it? It's... let's put that in the natural world section then. Anything else jumping out at me as being, ooh, that could go with that because that's very documenty stuff. So is that. Oh, and it's foreign, what is it? Chinese? Republic of China, yeah. And French and German and Italian, American. Yeah, that's travel themed. Post. Okay. Paper. That could go with travel. And that's not travel, documents and stuff. I shouldn't really call it weird stuff, should I? Unusual stuff. Cabinet of Curiosities kind of thing. So far I've got lucky and these have all been in the middle of a signature. So it's just a case of putting your knife underneath and breaking the stitches. There we go. So let's turn these this way around so I remember why I put them in there. So that can go with the Russian document type stuff. Oh, Russian strange stuff or papery type letter stuff. Let's put that one in foreign stuff and that one with that one. There's not really any rhyme or reason to this. I'm making it sound more complicated than it is. I just kind of like my signatures to have a vague kind of theme, because then that breaks it up for me. I can mix and match what I want then. Anything else that feels like, ooh, creepy doll heads. Creepy doll heads, odd drawings, curiosities in tins. That sounds right up my alley. Odd bits of paper. Okay. So these actually could be split. They don't actually have to all be together. I'll come back to those. Those aren't really full pages. Oh, have no fear of perfection. You'll never get there. Salvador Dali. Is that a centre page by any chance? Be sure to put your feet in the right place. Be sure to put your feet in the right place. Then stand firm. Oh, right, okay. Lincoln? On the other hand, you are not a tree. Sketchbook type stuff, that could go in travel. Okay, I think a lot of this now is like, ooh, document type things. Document pages specifically. Cute doggy. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything in there that I really want to pull out as full pages at the moment. So I'm going to put that in my collage area as stuff I can use later, because there will be things I want to cover up on pages. So the end of the world is nigh. Be more dog. Natural world. Let's put the moths on top so I have a vague idea of what's in this stack. Documenty, righty type stuff. Alchemy symbol things. Foreign cryptoid weird kind of stuff. I apologise for calling foreign stuff weird, but it's like, let's call it curiosities. Curiosities, okay? Curiosities. That's a much nicer way of putting it. And then travel type stuff. So I think I'm up to about 5 sheets in each one now. 1, that will be a full page. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and that's kind of 2 halves of a page. I could potentially just make those a page. Yeah, I could make that a page. 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. One, 2 and a half. So I need some more in that one. Whoops, craft a lunch. 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, let's put weird stuff and travel and foreign all together. Like exploration. Let's call it exploration. And then we can stop calling it weird stuff. So that means that really fits. That's a double-sided map, so that definitely fits. I need another half for this plane. So travel money, foreign money, that works. Moulin Rouge, that works. That's got bugs on it, and it's also got a cryptoid. So what if I don't really care about the back of that one. Let's put that one in the collage box. Have the money and the plane. That's one sheet. 2, 3. My Russian one, 4. Let's put that in the natural history because it's got bugs on one side and it's got a cryptoid on the other, so that fits with that theme. So these have both got 5 now, and these have both got 4, but now I've only got 4 signatures. Whoops. But that's okay, because I might have too many. This is only a really thin book. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to fit more than one signature in it. So that's okay. Wait till you can go out to thrift stores and stuff. I'm lucky because we've got like secondhand bookshops online and things in the UK. And I buy a lot of stuff off eBay and things like that. All right, that's that. So I've got 4, 5-ish. So I'm about 1/3 of the way through each signature. Let's say they're all going to be 15. And if we have to move a few out into the travel journal to bulk that one out to 20 and make these 10, then that's okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab at least one page of my sketchbook. And I'm going to do the same as I did with my... So these are not as close together, so these are less likely to just leave a big rip down the middle of the paper. But I'm just going to go into the middle of the signatures and grab a sheet. And there should just about be enough for me to take one sheet from each signature and have... See, you do end up with tears, but it's not irreparable. So I'm just going to go into the middle of each one. This is what I do with my moleskins as well, because I really like that paper. In fact, I've got some of that paper over there. I might take some of that out as well. 2. And you're not, because you're only taking one piece out and you're not compromising the binding, it actually means that you can collage. So there's 1. See, this now is a little bit loose, but I can collage over that, or put washi tape over it, or whatever, and that's not going to compromise the binding. It just makes a little bit more space in the spine. And as you go through, it gets a little bit easier to take them out because you've just removed 4 pieces of paper. Now 6, 4, 8, sorry. So it gets a little bit looser, but you haven't overly compromised the binding because you haven't broken the threads. That's why I'm doing it quickly. So it doesn't break the threads, it breaks the paper. And yes, that means the paper will have slits in it, but there's a 3/4 of an inch slit and then there's 3/4 of an inch binding. So yeah, it's not terribly stable, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. And another signature. Here we go. There's the middle of that one. And hopefully I've got 2 more before I get to where I'm drawing. So there's one. That's kind of stuck to itself. That's a bit weird. that one. And that one. And shall we put one for luck? I've got one more signature before I get to where I was drawing, so yeah, let's take one more out and put it in the travel themed one, because whoops, that's the one I'm most likely to draw in, and it might need a few more pages. There we go. So that's that. Got some sketchbook paper in each one now, like proper sketchbook paper. This is mixed media type paper. It's not just paper I can draw on, it's paper I can really go to town on. And this has got a couple of extra pages, but it didn't have an extra page before. And what else? What else? Oh, document paper. That's what I was going to put in. I'm going to have a quick look through these two magazines, which always have really interesting full page things in. So I'm just going to have a quick flip, see if there's anything I want to include. I think most of them are not stuff I want to include. It's more collage material, but you never know. Always worth checking. Yeah, more collage material than anything else. So that can go there. Let's check this one. Ooh, that's nice. That would make an interesting page. Don't know where it's going to go. Let's put it there. This is also kind of an interesting page, and so is that. That would be sideways, so maybe not. I'm not a huge fan of turning things sideways. Ooh! Stuff I can cut out for my travel bits. Cool. I kind of like that because it's... You see, that bit could be... That works sideways, but it also works that way. And this is text, so it doesn't matter. What's on the back of here? Oh yeah, it doesn't really matter. You can cover that up or not or whatever. What's on the back of this one? Travel stuff. Let's have that. What is this? This feels like overabundance of communication, kind of end of the world. And this feels more natural worldy. So let's put this one on this pile. There. Let's see if we can find one for the other two. So, what have we got? Oh, weird stuff, look. I'm not taken with him, but I like that. So I would just take that out on its own. Ooh, these are nice. Ooh, that's pretty. That could, ooh, that's really pretty. It's too big for my book to just go in as a page that way, but it would work folded in half. Okay, so if I put that one in the natural world, this one works anywhere, really, so I could put that one there. Doesn't really matter. And then Ugh, dentists. I don't want to be reminded that I need to go to the dentist, thank you. Have we got a travel-y themed something or other? That could work. Let's have that one. Curiosity type exploration, you know, astral travel, why not? So that'll do for that. Let's find a colour theme for all of these. I've already got this one, which will work. Oh, black and white always works with everything. So this one would be cool for the travel one, because that's Chinese style almost, isn't it? Bamboo and birds. Okay, that works with that. Curiosities and blue stuff. Okay, so no, I don't think so. Don't want the pink on the other side, it's too bright for what I'm working with at the moment. Everything's a very muted palette here, so I think I want to stick with that. So let's go to the back, because that's more muted. The front is nearly all bright pink. Let's see what we can find. Like that could work with that. It's kind of noisy pile, this one, lots of noise and shouting. Oh, she's nice. She'd be sideways though if I took her out. Oh, I like that gold as well. Okay, so she's a potential tip-in. I like that mauve colour. Tranquility. That's kind of nice earthy tones. That could go with nice soft muted earthy tones. That could go with the natural world one, I'm thinking. He's going to be sideways, so I don't want to do that. That one would work sideways. Spirit of India, there we go. That works as a travel. Ooh, that's a centre page. Ooh. Okay, so this one has potential to be a double page. I cut that off. That would work. So then the India bit becomes collage, and the rest of it can be a full page. There we go. So we've got a full page there. Have to be chopped down, obviously. So that'll be in the travel one. So where would I need to chop it? Let's say about there. I've got 2 on that one, but that's okay because that's going to be a slightly chunkier book of ink. Those can be collage bits. I'll put that with that anyway. That would actually work. The green and blue would work with the natural world. And I can use that anywhere, so. Okay. Too much pink. Too much pink. Have we got anything end of the world-ish? Probably not in here. Oh, I'm forgetting to check chat. I'm sorry, guys. Make me think dark and gothic. No, that's more pink. I don't want pink. She loves her pink, this girl. Whereas I like my dark and gothic. I kind of like the teacups. They have potential. I like this. This has a lot of potential. Oh, and that page is already loose, so that's cool. Let's put that one. That has potential for being a place to write stuff and put big words and things like that. So that can go in the wordy bit. The wordy one. This one, yeah, I kind of like the teacups, but I like that page better. A garden. What am I looking for? Like wordy bits. I do like this gold colour. That could fit. Monochrome, but it all has bright flipping pink on the back. Everything's got bright pink on the back. Ooh, there we go, that's more. That kind of bright pink I can live with. Ooh, yes, okay. These I can. Ooh, is that chandelier? Ooh. Ooh, okay. Some more bits here that I can cut into smaller pieces. So that one was going there. I don't care about that page. I like this purple. And I like these blocks because you can cover up the blocks that you don't like. I love that. And I like that, even though it's got pink on it. I quite like it. It's too much furniture though. Or is it? I don't know, I kind of like this. This is more what I like. Let's take that bit. And I might be able to use that as my half page. See, taken individually is not a pink room. It looks much better. It's just panels, which I can work with. But as a whole pink room, that's too much pink. I seem to remember having an envelope somewhere that was a half page, and I think it's in the travel section. So I like this flower, but I don't like the rest of the page. So what's on the back? Okay. I like that purple. That's not horrendously pink when you take it away from everything else, so I can work with that. Garden flowers, that can go in our natural pages. And then this one, okay. I love this, and I quite like this. And there's bits on this page that I can use, so I'm going to put that with my collage bits. This page, taken on its own, in 2 halves, again, is actually not horrendous once you split it up. So there's only that bit of pink to work with. And again, this works well for photographs because I might want to cover that bit up with a photograph. But the flowers I quite like. This could work with a photograph or a bit of journaling. So I think I'm okay with that one. Okay, how many pages are we up to? 1, 2, 3. Let's split those up. 4. Bit of doctoring needs to go on there. 5. Those need putting together. 6. That's 7 and 8. And I need 15. So that's good. So that's 8. No need is some document paper. 1, 2, no, that doesn't work. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I'll put a piece of watercolour paper in there as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and a bit of watercolour paper. So instead of doing 15, I'm doing 13 plus watercolour paper because my watercolour paper is quite chunky. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus a piece of watercolour paper. So that all these bits together like this. That should fit nicely in there. Might even need a little bit more, although, you know, less is more for me when it comes to junk journaling, because my pages are very much more is more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just kind of shuffling these pages around as I go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, what have I got in here? 16, 17, 18. This page is out of a book that I'm painting in. 18. And let's put 2 pieces of watercolour paper in that one. So I've got 21 pages, but that is thin enough to fit in here. Yeah. Plenty, because this one will probably have more tip-ins than any of the others. That's a really good size, because the book, this edge is half the thickness of the spine edge, which is a good place to start. That's what I tend to do with my junk journals. If it's half the width or less, that's a good place to start. If it's more than half the width, it's going to get too chunky. Okay. I may coffee stain these 3 sheets, because this paper comes out really well, coffee stained, and I think it would fit well with this aesthetic. This paper is off-white. It doesn't look off-white on camera, but it is off-white. These can either be bound together in the middle of the book as envelope pages, which might make the spine a little chunky, or I could just put them in the book, or I could put them onto a page as a tip-in, so they could go on like there, cover this, and then you've got a tip-in page like that. That would work actually. Might do that with those. Or I could bind it that way and just bind that across into the book and just stick this down on another page. That probably would work better. I can see if I can get a bit more of this thickness off. See, if you keep chipping at it, more of it comes off, and then it'll be a thinner piece in the spine. cut all my nails off and now I can't do anything. I sew mine, I just use a basic pamphlet stitch and a bit of embroidery floss. If you're not going to get it wet with lots of wet media across the middle of the spine, you can just use embroidery thread. If you are going to get it wet and you want to use it as a proper mixed media type book, then you want to wax it, but you can do that by running it across a bit of beeswax. It's not hard to do. You can feel when the thread is waxed. You off, Pam. See you later. Okay, that's thin enough now to be able to which way do I want my plane? I want my plane that way, I think, so I'll put that at the back. So this one can go back here somewhere. Oh, that goes with that blue. Let's put it there. And then this one, I actually quite like it on that page. So let's put that there. This one, I want to use that as a front page. It's the wrong way round. I might have to... Let's do that way. This then can go anywhere, or I can cut it up. So let's put that in the collage fodder for now. Whew. Sorry, I've not been keeping an eye on chat. Oh, you're not really chatting that much. That's okay. Everybody's doing their own thing, I hope. Hi, Zen. Hi, Butterfly. Okay. So that's that book. So this is going to be kind of curiosities and things. Let me find my watercolour paper. Where did I put it? It was here. I put it. Where did I put it, Mr. Boo? I've got loads of extra scrapbook papers and stuff as well that I can dip into, so if I ever want to add more pages, I can. I can't find my watercolour paper. It should be there. Where's Mummy's watercolour paper? Do you know what I did with it, Mr. Boo? Any idea? Not a brass farthing, Mum. Not a brass farthing. He knows not. He knows not what I did. Okay, so it looks like we'll have to do that later. Let's try and put some semblance of order into this one. So I like that on there, so let's just go ahead and stick that on, shall we? Double-sided tape. I've moved everything, so I can't really tell where anything is. But my double-sided tape should be right here because I used it this morning. There it is. See, I told you. It's right there. Gosh darn it. Powell's is good for out-of-print books you want to keep. I suspect all the Seattle girls know about that then. If it's in Portland. Or are you Portland, Oregon? You the other Portland. There's two Portlands, isn't there? That's right, isn't it? Or am I just talking complete rubbish? I'm sure there's a Portland at Seattle. and Portland, Washington and Portland, Oregon. That's right, isn't it? Somebody tell me. It's an old bank card, don't worry, and it's all scratched out anyway. June is always a good month for extra bank cards. Oh, you're Portland, Oregon. Okay. You don't know where anything is. I don't know where anything is. Who says my house isn't a mess? All I can say is, I wish it was as easy to tidy up and move furniture in real life as it is in Animal Crossing. Because that would be pretty awesome. There we go. I stuck it on the wrong side. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I just made it awkward for myself. Okay. So let's put that there. Because I like that on that dark background. It looks cool. Envelopes don't want to sit right. Slightly annoying, but... So I'm just doing one signature with this, so I basically just need to break up everything up. Well, not everything. I mean, I can have bits and pieces together. That's going to be the outside. So, I think a map. He's going to be upside down, but he's a fisherman, so I don't really care. I like this side more, so I'll put that side the right way up. What a silly thing to print a map upside down. Because that goes with that, you see. Let's travel. Paris. French, Franks. Ooh, didn't we have a page from Moulin Rouge somewhere? Did I take that one out? I did, didn't I? Moulin Rouge. That could go with that, couldn't it? What if I... No, I can use that for... I can use that later. I can add it in later. It's a junk journal. I can add it in later. Mix some of these up. Could do with something else in the middle of that. Maybe that. Do I have a piece that I want in the middle? Actually, I really like that. I think that would look nice in the middle because it's a full page. That would look pretty in the middle. Or this one. Or this one. Well, that works as two separate pages, but this one would look good in the middle. But it could be two separate pages. Let's put it there. Kind of goes with China, China. France. Oh, that's France again. Hang on, that's France. That's Chateau, what's it? Chateau Versailles. China. India. Yes, India. Okay. white pages. Big white page. Potentially scary Transylvanian stuff. France. Okay, that could go. That's France again. That's the same. Hang on. Creepy castles. Maybe we go back to France. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. 2 white pages together. I'm not digging that. But it could work. Okay, so if that's our rough layout to begin with, that's going to need trimming down. Let's travel. France. An upside down map. That's going to really bug me. Okay, so what if we put that there? Yeah, let's do that. I don't mind a map if it's a background being upside down, but a map being upside down for no real reason. That's annoying. So let's get rid of that. Whoops. Let's put some of this on here. Oh. Easier to do on a flat surface, but why make things easy, eh? Okay, let's pop this on here. And then it won't bug me that the map is upside down. This is what takes the time. It's not picking your pages, it's getting your pages the nice orientation. Let's travel. Paris map. Yes. See, I like that. I can handle that because this is pre-bent anyway. So I can always put a piece of journaling paper over that and use that as a background. And then you can't see it anyway because it's covered with that. That's okay. And we've got some regular paper. That might be better. I might coffee dye this paper. And then we've got that one. And then Russia, sketch paper, anywhere, astral travel in India, 2 white papers. That could be a coffee paper. So if that was a coffee paper, that could work. Sketch paper, France. Some kind of weird Austrian or Romanian type area and then back to France. More white paper. Too much white paper together. I like that together. And I like that with that. So let's do that. Yeah, that's better. And there. Ugh. Oh yeah, we can cover that up. Oh yeah, that's going to happen. Black and white. nice Chinese one to go with the Chinese passport. Black and white. Black and white. Okay. Yeah, that can work. Yes. Okay, so that bit. Hang on. Let's take this page out. Now, I don't want to stick this down yet. I don't want to just go, oh, I hate pink, and stick this down, because there's other ways to deal with it. Because I really like this purple on the back. And coupled with the purple, the pink's not that bad, actually, when you do it like that. So this has potential for being a journal spot with, like, bits of paper over it and maybe tone down some of this pink, or even, you know, just do some random painting over it to tone down the pink. So what I'm going to do is take a bit of this. I'm going to cut that bit off there because I want this Spirit of India bit for my other page. So that's now the right height to be stuck, glued, maybe flipped. Maybe it could be a flip like that. That would work actually. I like that. Let's, Maddie, will you stop licking? It's gross. And, oh, it's Scooby's licking. He's licking the wall. You weirdo. Okay, let's do this. Like that. And like that. Ooh. Sorry if you heard something weird then. That was my tummy rumbling. Apparently it's tea time. Okay, so if I don't want to put it too far up into this spine because obviously there's chunk. I want to keep it away from the spine just a little bit. So I'm going to put it in line with this, which will keep it away from the spine. So it covers this side. Like that. I can deal with that with a bit of washi tape or whatever later. But that is now much, much better. So much better. There we go. That's, yes. And then that, and then that, and this works, and that's beautiful in the centre. I could put a piece of watercolour paper in there. Or I can just add watercolour paper as I go. I might do that because that's quite chunky. I like these together. Yes, and that's where that's going to go. So I can cover up that bit of pink with that there. See how pretty that looks? That looks so much nicer on that page than that horrible splash of pink. I mind small splashes of pink. And I actually quite like pink and black together. But man, sometimes too much is too much. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I could have left that as like a pocket. I guess I could leave that. If I, with a pencil, just mark on here, just inside the tape, I will know how wide a tag fits into there. So that's how big my tag would have to be to fit into there. So if I leave that like that, I got a little slip pocket there. that looks much better. And then we're back to France again, and then creepy forests, and then France again, and more white. There's a lot of white. Maybe I need a bit more. Oh, maybe it won't be so bad once this is cream. Once this is coffee dyed, that will be better. That's okay. I can deal with that. That's okay. Love that. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's pop you there for now. Don't quite know how I'm going to attach you yet, but it could work. Where's that bit of note paper? Didn't I have a bit of... Aha! Here we go. Okay, I'm just thinking, I want to cover this page up. I'm thinking that bit of note paper would work quite well, but I don't need all of it. So what if I tore a bit out like that, covered him up, let's layer that on there, hidden journaling spot, by goodness. And even a tuck spot, if I leave it only on one side, open on that edge, I could do that. I do like books that are interactive. I don't like to make too much of my book predetermined. I like to use, you know, I'm not one of those people who makes a book and it's all finished and all I've got to do is write in it. That's not how I work. But getting rid of stuff like this with a few interactive pieces, like that page is upside down. And even if it wasn't upside down, I don't want a kid with a dead fish on my page. I don't like fish. I don't like children. I certainly don't want a combination of both on my page, especially upside down. Makes you want to play with paper. Well, you've got enough paper to play with, Cody. Go for it. What else are you going to do? Okay, so I drew on there where I wanted that to go. So I don't want it to be any further out than those lines. Like that. And by not sticking this side down, I now have a little spot to put something like that, for instance. Oh, that fits really well in there, actually. Katie sent me a book the other day, and I can't show you it, but I'll show the people in class. It's got too much personal kind of bits for me to... this page is too wide and I don't want to cut it. It needs to be nearer the front, which messes up my China theme, but never mind. It needs to be further back here. Because it's a page from the original book, so it's quite chunky. So if it's in the middle, it'll stick out too far. There we go, that's better. Yeah, I'll show you people in class. I don't want to show it on YouTube. You don't like kids either, and you have 2 daughters. I think that qualifies as I don't like other people's kids, doesn't it? Okay, so let's have a quick flip through again. Oh yes, now this pleases me now. Yes. Yes. Oh, I like that actually with the white. That looks, oh, I kind of like that actually now. Yes. 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 Although that page feels upside down. I need to change that page over because it felt upside down when I looked at the other side of it as well. That feels better. Yes. Oh, yes. I like that. Okay, that makes more sense. I can handle those 2 pieces of paper being both white. Let's put that there, potentially. I don't like the duplicate of this. I like the duplicate of that less than I like the white. So let's have that one there. And then we've got the creepy stuff. And then we've got... I actually quite like that one. And those are both next to white pages, so I could potentially collage across. I like that. I really like that. Yes. 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 Yeah, I need to get rid of that pink, but that's what paint's for. India, I like. There we go. I could put that there. And then I've got the colours that go with that, but I can get rid of this. And I could even make that another tuck spot. Should we do it that way around? Yes, why not? Yeah, let's do that one that way. Creepy stuff. I have camera again. Sorry, guys. I haven't got used to where my new camera setup is. Creepy stuff. More of that. Oh, it's more France though. There's so much France. I'll deal with it later. I can deal with it later. I really like that Salvador Dali. Where's that one? Can I fit that in there somewhere? Those two pages are stuck together. That would fit in my... I could put that in my natural history pages. This is two signatures, in between two signatures, you know where they glue the two signatures together? So you end up with two pages that are stuck together like that. That could go in my natural history. I was just looking to see if there was anything I could put on that page. There's loads of stuff I could just rip a page out and stick it on there, couldn't I? I don't really need to worry about it right now. Travelish. Travel-y. Travel-y type. Oh, there's lots of travel-y type stuff in here, so I like the wandering dog. I think he'd be cute in there, like the littlest hobo type thing. Could put him on there. And it doesn't really matter how much of that page I have to cut off to do it. So, yeah, let's do that. And I could even potentially turn that into a pocket there, a pocket page, and just trim off the excess. Yes. See, I like that so much better. See that? Or that. Yes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, this would be much more sensible if I did it on a flat surface. Do I want to make it a top-loading pocket? I think I could make a top-loading pocket, actually. How much of him is going to be missing off that? Oh, he'd be almost in the middle of the page. Or if I put him that way, he'd be over to the side of the page. I think I like him over to the side of the page because then I could write here. Okay, so let's make it a top-loading pocket. Again, I'm going to stick it a little bit further out. Oops, a little bit out from the spine. Just tricky when you're doing it that way. Let's do it this way round. It's easier to hold it down. There we go. Before I peel that all off, that is the top, isn't it? Did I just stick that in the wrong way round? No, I didn't. It's that way. Okay. I'll have to learn not to do that if I keep my bin there. Okay, so I want the doggy that way. Let's straighten this page up. Get off. Tie it straight, it's close enough. It'll do. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. When I find my half moon clip, I will put a half moon cut in that so that it's obviously a top loading pocket. Much better. Much better. Yes. Yeah, that's a bit of a mismatch. I don't really like that. That I can handle. This is a bit too much. So what if we put this on here? Oh no, that's a full page. I was going to use that one. Okay, maybe not. I'll deal with it later. It's not that bad. It's not horrendous. It's just kind of weird. And I'm going to add watercolour paper in, so I can always, like on this page, I can always stick the watercolour paper on it. That will work. And then I want to put this in here somewhere. Let's do that. I'm not going to cover you up completely. Let's see. I like the dog. I don't want to get rid of him totally. Yes, let's do that. That's a bit too sticky out. Let's travel in pursuit of inspiration. So that's cool. There's one book that just needs binding. Get rid of all the crappy bits. There's one junk journal sorted. Okay. And where did I put the rest of it? Oh, here we go. I like junk journals. I'm definitely a junk journal person. I prefer junk journals to blank journals, if I'm honest. Blank journals for me are sketchbooks. Oh, I think I'm not cutting this as well as I could, or as carefully as I could, but that's okay. I don't really care about the text block. I'm just going to use that for scrap paper anyway. I am sort of trying to keep the front cover on it so that it can at least look like it has a bit of a binding on it. There we go. I'll stick something over that. And I'll have a soft cover text block that I can just keep on my desk for scribbling on when I'm looking for something to scribble on in class. So now I've got these. That is not very thick at all. Huh. Could actually put quite a lot more in there. Does it need another signature? No. I think 3 signatures on the spine. That's about half an inch. That's about an inch. Yeah. It's just about half thickness on one end as it is on the other. So even though it feels a bit thin at the moment, I'm not going to do any more to it. That's the end of the world one. That's natural world, so that's that one. And this one is documentation type things. I think my doomsday stuff. I'm going to put my doomsday stuff at the back. Let's try and be a bit positive, shall we? I like natural world and documentation, so let's put documentation, natural world and doomsday. Okay, so now all I've got to do is sort these out in some semblance of order. So I'm pretty much just going to straight away just randomise the white pages by just doing them every other page initially. I can always move them around and put 2 together if I want to later. I do like having 2 white pages together. And I could potentially put another couple of pages into these. If I do instead of putting watercolour paper into the spine, if I add it into the journal itself, actually that would be better. No, let's have a white page and then a coloured page, so that could be those envelopes. And then a white page, and then that, and then that, and a white page. I wanted those bones together though. And that. Okay, I'm going to have to do a little bit of reshuffling. I don't want a white page on the front, I can tell you that, and I probably don't want that as close to the front as it is, and I don't want lots of white pages like that. I think I'd like that one as the front page, so let's just take those out and shove them in the middle. I think I like this as the front page. This was what sparked the idea of, ooh, let's do something weird and wonderful and creepy bones and curiosities and stuff. documents and things. That could stand to have a piece of paper in the middle, so let's take one of those smaller pieces. Yep, that works. That's several small pieces together. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. So, what if I put those in like that, so that acts as kind of a tuck spot on that page? Not too much white together there again. Yeah, I'm going to need some more pages, I think, or less white. Although I'm quite okay with white pages, I can always collage and paint on white pages, so I think I've got too much of these coloured pages together in the middle and not enough back here. So I kind of like that with that, actually. That all goes together, I like that, but that goes with that, and then there's a white page, and then there's the white and blue pages, and there's this kind of strange thing which would actually go quite well with that, and then plain colours, and then white and those, and I think I prefer that one that way around. So this needs a centre page, and it needs another page there, and it needs to not be one of these pages. So what have I got in here? Let's see if what we've got in here that can be, we have a centre signature somewhere. What theme are we on? Documentation. Ooh, collections. Collections of stuff. And daily sketches. Maybe. Nope. That actually. Ooh, letters. And that's the middle of a signature. Flowers, I can handle flowers. And lettering and typography. Okay. Let's have that. I kind of like those, they're alright. So let's put that in the middle. Kind of typography type page in the middle. I like that. That works. And that actually, that kind of works with that pinks and flowers. Okay. Muted. Alright. And then, what if I did this? I like this. What if I use that? I might even use two of them, because that's the same as well, and that's similar, and that's it's drawing stuff and making stuff and cataloguing and collections and all that kind of thing. I think that could work. Let's see. What does that give us? I've still got a plain piece here. So, ooh, weird stuff and bones. And documenting things and papers. Ooh, that's interesting. Colour. And texture. And more colour. Yeah, colour and colour. And texture. texture. And flowery things and muted colours. I do not like that. That's got to go. I like this. Yes, this is all quite muted, these colours. So I like the back of it, but I don't like the front of it. You do it. What if I took this and turned it into kind of an envelopey thing in the middle? Oh, it's the wrong way round. I'd want it to be that way round. To go there. That could work. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the middle here. And once I've stitched it, I will put sticky tape on these to make this a top-loading pocket in the middle. Two whites together, I need to get rid of that. I like these. Well, I don't necessarily need to get rid of it, but I would prefer not to have two whites together. I like these. I like that. I think that could go in there. All the books were shown at the top of the video. I like the colour. I like, ooh, that's going across, isn't it? So, oh no, that's going in there. So that's that. I like that. It's a bit chaotic, but I kind of like it. Good on paper. That could work. That could work there. Or even on there. So let's pop that there for now. So that's not going to be sewn into the book yet. It might get stuck in. Okay, let's take that out. No, because I don't want the bones split up. I don't want the bones split up. So let's take that off there. I feel like this needs to be here somehow. So let's chop that off. Let's just pop that on there. Yeah, I like that because that goes with the stamp and then that goes with that, but this goes with this. Yes, I like that. This doesn't quite feel complete. What's on the other side of this page? That is... See, I like that, but I want that somewhere else. Okay. Those are two signatures again that are stuck together. Excellent. So that'll work. I might have to put a bit of washi tape on that just to strengthen it. But these two are stuck together, so that works. So what if we put, I like this near the front, but I think it needs a little bit more room to breathe. There's my two that are together. I don't need two pieces in there. So let's put that one in there and that one there. Okay. This is what I'm going to do with this bit. Is that 4 pages? It feels like more than 2 pages now. Okay. I want it to be that way. I don't feel like this fits. So I'm going to take that and put it, because it's a bigger piece, and put that around the outside. I'm going to stick that piece on there. No, it's too white. I want a more browny colour page to go on there, to go with this. Or put that page there and a different cover. I like this. That would work well as a cover. What if I get rid of that page and just find something to put on the other side of this? Or do that. No, because that's a centerpiece. I like that. I liked that one in the center with that as a tip-in envelope. So that's going to be stuck together. I forgot about that. So that's going to be stuck together as an envelope in the middle with those pages. That works. That's much more subtle. I don't like that bright colours on that one. So I need another page to go on the other side of this. What have we got here? Oh, that's kind of cool. A gum tree in Philadelphia. Ugh. Bottom edge pink. Oh, I like that. Okay, so that'll work. Let's use that. Okay. How much will that cover up? Yeah, not much. That's okay. So let's do that. Let's put that on there. Is that what I wanted to do? Measure what? Twice, cut once. It's going to be that way. Okay, so that's going to be yes, stuck, and yes. So I want to stick it on this outer side here. Okay. Come on, there we go. Not bending it in the right place. There we go. Okay, one more time. That way. That way. This is going to be on the outside of the book, so I just need to make sure that there's no edge sticking up, because that will compromise the opening of the book. There we go. Okay, so now we've got, that's much better. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know, something about that page feels like it's upside down. Nope. Nope, leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. Leave the bolts. Do do do. Do 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 do. I'm okay with that because those two papers match. They're the same paper. So that's actually a double page spread I can draw on or something, or collage on. So I think I'm okay with that one. Yep. 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 I like. This is going to be stuck together after I bind. I like. Oh, it's getting a bit bland at the back. A little bit bland. I like this. But just that section there is a little bit bland. I like the 2-page spread. I feel like this needs something on it. So what if we do that page on there? Does that feel better? Oops. Yes, that feels like there's something there then. Let's do that. Oops. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's the right size anyway. Now I've just got a pocket, haven't I? Basically. Found this in a garbage can. Okay, I kind of like this. So let's take this bit off. Let's make this like a secretary pocket type thing. Because I like these, but I'm not overly digging this. Yeah. I think I'm too far over to the edge there, but that's okay. We'll work it out. Oops. Okay, if I put that there, then chop that off. Okay. My brain hurts. Yes, the books are also in the description. That's correct, Mika. Thank you for that. Okay. If you can hear a weird noise, that's my dog. He's snoring. Okay, so that's yes, 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 love it, yes, 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 better, yes, yeah. I kind of like that. I like that. I found this in the garbage can thing. I'll stick this down properly with a bit of glue later, but I'll just stick it across the top for now. And I can flip it up and put glue underneath it later. Or I can make it a tuck spot or, you know, whatever. But I just really like that. Found this in the garbage can thing. Ooh, don't stick like that. There we go. There we go. Ooh, there's the other half of the page. Haha. Look at that. Oh, I have a glue stick. Hang on. Got a glue stick here. Let's do the sticky thing. This is as much pre-prep as I do in my journals. It's just basically making sure that, not that everything matches, but that everything works together. Everything doesn't have to be... Oh, hello, Ina. Long time no see. I hope you're well. I haven't seen you for a long time. I know you hang around in class at the back, but haven't seen you to chat to for ages. Now that I like. See, there's potential there for... I'm already getting inspired by this page. Like, I found this in the garbage can. What did I find in the garbage can? Well, I could do all sorts of stuff there. This bit, look, you could draw the rest of that leaf. I kind of wish I'd moved it across and got the whole of that side so they lined up, but... Has this dried yet? Yeah, it's dried. Or I could shift it over. Never mind. I want to take that bit off anyway because it's too thick to be on the spine. That's quite chunky paper actually. So now we've got texture, colour and texture, texture. That works. I like it. Much better. Then we've got a page, a full page I can do stuff on. Then I've got this. That's really busy next to that. Maybe I should do that. I like that. That's a yes. That's an immediate yes. I want to get rid of that white page. And I don't like this, it's too busy. But I do love that. So stick that on there, job done. Yes. I'll stick it down with a bit of double-sided tape so it can be a double pocket. So if that's going there, I want to stick this bit. And this bit. Yeah. And that bit. Okay. So now this is an envelope getting stuck down on 3 sides to a blank piece of paper, which is much more, that, in the words of Jack Sparrow, is much more better. So that will have a tuck spot there, and this will be a tuck spot this side. I like that. Shall I put it near the top? So I've got a space at the bottom. Or at the bottom, so I've got a space at the top, or shall I just slap it down in the middle? I will slap it down in the middle in the interests of having a page that is reasonably flat to draw on. You're just busy listening to me talk to myself. It's a fascinating process, isn't it? Oh. I'm feeling very inspired by these two. I'm liking how they're coming out so far. Maddie! Grossness! Zombie Bone has been resurrected again and she's slurping all over it. Okay, there's something about lining things up that I just find easier to do this way. So let's put it roughly in the middle where I would sketch. Okay, so back a little bit further. We're good with this. We're good. I can put something in there. You see, by the time I put something in there, that will work. Yes. 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 Tuck spot. Busy page. I could leave that page as it is, and I would still be happy with it. I'm not loving this. I like that side, and I like the Zeppelin bit, but I don't like the weird creepy toy soldier. He's a little bit too creepy. So what am I going to do with him? feel like that needs to go in my collage spot. Okay, what if I use the back of this envelope? I like the front of this one, but I don't love the back, but it's better than that. What if I put that across there? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm going to cut around the edges of this envelope. I'm going to attempt to cut around the edges of the envelope. Cut the bits off where it's stuck to it and folded. There we go. So now I've got a front and a back. See, I like the Zeppelin bit, but I don't like the toy soldier. He's creepy. He's a bit too creepy even for me. What if I put that there? That I like that because that dark bit goes with... That works better. The black takes away from this, and if I blacked that out as well, that would look even better. Or even put something on this that was more these colours. Let's do that. So I'm going to round that out to a flat piece. That's that bit. That's that bit. I've been asked this before, so I might as well say the reason... Oh, that's not stuck to anything. The reason I score my tape down with a folder thing, the reason I do that is to make sure that one side of the tape is stuck to the paper. And if you then bend up this bit, what happens is the wax paper pops up and you can easily slip your nail underneath it and pull it off. That's why I do that. Okay. I want to cut this very slightly. No, I don't need to. I don't need to. It's close enough to the edge, it's fine. Actually, I might just take that bit off and leave it like that. Yeah, I like that. That works. Kind of a shame it wasn't that side, because that side would have worked better, wouldn't it? But never mind. Shall I put a little bit in there? No, I think I'm good with that. It's a little bit thin there. Maybe it could do with a bit of reinforcing on that corner. I'll deal with it when I get to it. I'll deal with it when I get to it. So that is now a pocket with a fold out pocket with a bit of writing space underneath. So that bit actually could just be stuck down. There we go. That works. I like the way that folds out. That's going to need reinforcing. It's a bit... It's not very stable on that corner. I'm going to have to stick something under there. Let's use this. That's better. There we go. That feels better now. Yes. That's got glue on it. I need to rub that off. Where's my... Oh, can't find my bit of cloth. Sorry for the camera shaking. I'm shaking the table. There we go. That's done. Yes. 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 Okay. I do feel like that white page is a little bit anomalous there. It's a bit too stark against the browns. No, not really. Not entirely. Text block, text block, text block. Oh, what did I have in here that could be? I had quite a few bits in here that I could cut out, didn't I? Ooh. That goes with that better. There's nothing much on the other side other than June 17th, 1828. Kind of like that. Okay. I like that bit. Ooh. I keep putting things down on my thing here, and that's not a good idea. Okay, that's rubbish. Thank you. Let's put you there. like the way the red and black there goes with the red and black there. Even though it looks a bit upside down. It doesn't really matter. This looks upside down too, but that's better. And then this one, I kind of like that actually with those. Let's do that. Hi baby, I can hear you. Give me 1 minute. I'm nearly done. Not nearly done at all. I'm nearly done with this signature. That was strange. I heard someone cough, but it definitely wasn't me. Maybe it was somebody next door. Maybe they've got their TV on or something. I like that. So again, avoiding putting it too close to the edge, but I like the way this torn edge shows the bit of washi tape underneath. So now I've got a pocket there. And that feels much more... So I know I'm happy with the front piece. That's going to be, once this is sewn together, this will be stuck and it will be a top loading pocket. Yes, 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 double page, yes, flip out, tuck, yes, 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 and yes. Okay. I kind of feel like that needs to go there on that page. Don't know why, I just feel like it does. June 7th, 1828. That was like 170 odd years ago, is that right? 1828. 172. I don't know, my brain's not really in a maths mood. Let's pop that on there. Maybe. Shall we? I don't know. Maybe later. I think it needs to be on here. Yes, overlap it with that bit of washi tape. That's the answer. That's the answer you were looking for. There we go. There is one signature. Boom. And I've got 2 more to do, but I need to eat and the puppies need to go out. So I may just go and do that. The rest of it is just stuff you've seen me do before. It's doing the same with this one and then the same with the other one. And and then binding them onto the spine with a bit of material, and then voila, we've got a junk journal. This one I will probably, honestly, I might split it in two because this is quite thick for a signature. I might just split it in two, and then I'll probably just sew it straight into the spine. I don't think I need to do anything other than that, so I'll just cover that. Cover something down the middle here, like a bit of material or something, and then just put my holes straight through the spine and just bind it straight into the spine because it's thin enough and flat enough to work, but it does need splitting up into two signatures, I think. One signature is a bit ambitious for that many pages because it's like 22 pages, 192 years. Okay, thank you. Somebody can do maths or has a calculator. 1828, yeah. And then this one is more, I kind of like, it's always the way, isn't it? You get these pages and it's always the one that you want on the front is the one on the back. I'd like that one to be the one on the front, but never mind. That'll make a good mid-spread, actually, that one. So there's that one, and then there's my Doomsday one. And by the time I put those in the book, but these ones, because there's 3 of them and it's on a thick spine, what I'll do is sew them onto fabric first, and then stick the fabric onto here. And that's all I do. Because I don't want them to be flat like that, because they won't sit right. Whereas if they've got a fabric spine, they'll move more freely and independently of each other. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. And then I just get to use them. And then I've got this cover, which I think for the moment, I actually might just stick a piece underneath and on top and turn it into just a little thing to keep ephemera in for now. I could do that now, couldn't I? Just do it, woman, for heaven's sake. Okay, where's that other bit of paper I had that I wasn't going to use? Oh, there we go. That'll do. So let's tear that in half. This is temporary. I can take this off or not, or cover it over or whatever if I want to use this as a cover, but I just think for now it will be useful to just chuck bits of ephemera in since it's a good size and it already has a tuck. So, oh, this paper doesn't want to bend, that makes it tricky, but not impossible. So let's put that. Let's put that way. It's too wide. There we go. Kind of a folio. Where's my tape? The speed at which things disappear on this desk is actually quite scary. Gonna have to stop in a second because Maddie's sitting there waiting for her tea. She's literally staring at me through the kitchen curtains. I'm sure there is recrimination. Well, the inspiration is coming from the inspirational books that I chose to use, mostly. I'm just putting them together in a different way. Like I say, I have linked to the paid books in the description. If you're interested in getting any of them. It is to Amazon UK, but it's, you know, you've got the ISBN numbers and everything else that you need. Okay, so now I can chuck this in here, like that, and then that folds in, and that folds in, and that folds over, and that clips in there. And now, that's a very simple way of not having it all fall out the bottom of the book. There we go. See? Now my collage bits are secure. Probably should put that bit in there as well. And then I'll do something else with this, probably send it into a junk journal as well. Or I might just reinforce it and keep it as a little document thing to put bits in until I've finished using all this book. I don't know. I don't plan that far ahead. Anything here that I want to keep? Nope. Too much pink. I kind of like that banana. I like that whole page actually. I can probably use that for something, so I'll put that with my collage pages. This I will keep for another time. I might even, that'd kind of look cool just stuck on there actually. I like the colours, but I just don't want to use it in journal pages. I like that, you see. Oh yeah, I might just stick those on there, reinforce that cover a bit, and then I can stick a bit of duct tape down the back to cover that ugly stuff. And then my little textbook book has got a extra bit of cover. Make it look marginally pretty. Okay, so get rid of all this bit and this bit. Pens, glue top, pens, pencils, book blocks. Sticky tape needs to go over there. Always put the lid back on your craft knife. That can just go there for now. Can go in my pot. More pens and pencils. I actually don't even mind the horrendously bright pink now. I might add, you know what, that would be kind of cool, that on there. And if I put that on there, that pink would actually go with it, and then I'd have 2 bookmarks on this. I might do that. That amount of pink, I don't care, because it's something I'm probably going to throw away anyway. I just use it for scribbles and notes. That's it. I'm done. I'm not done. I'm going to do some more later. But for now, I'm done. I need to go and eat. I need to take the dogs out. And then probably need to play Animal Crossing for a bit before I do anything else. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. And I'll see you guys hopefully next week. Maybe before that. Maybe not. Definitely in class tomorrow if you're over on Patreon. And hope you've had fun. Bye. Oh, there we go. That's the right way. Bye.